Yes, we continue the exercise number 3.2. So, you know the formulas for finding the angle between the straight lines and the distance of the point from the given points, the perpendicular distance from the given point and the perpendicular distance from the origin. So, those three formulas that you have to memorize. Clear? So, based on those three formulas, now we are going to do the sum number 1. Sum number 1. Find the angle between the line whose slopes are 1 by 2 and 3. So, just you have to remember the slopes are always denoted by m, that you studied earlier in 10th standard. There are two slopes are given, therefore you consider the first slope as 1 by 2 and the second one as 3. So, what is the relevant formula to find the slope, that is angle between the two straight line when two slopes are given? Tan theta is equal to modulus of m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. So, this is the formula to find angle between the two straight line. That angle, that is slope of the first line is given, that is 1 by 2, slope of the second line is given as 3. So, just you have to substitute in this formula 1 by 2 minus 3 by 1 plus 1 by 2 into 3. So, just you have to substitute and simplify by using the LCM or cross multiplications. You will get over 1 plus 3 by 2 modulus. So, even if you get negative answer, you convert the negative into positive. That is what I are using the modulus symbol. So, next, so you will get minus 5 by 2 over cross multiply, you will get 5 by 2, 5 by 2 will get cancelled, you get minus 1. So, modulus of 1 is minus 1 is 1. So, tan theta is equal to 1, therefore, theta is equal to tan inverse of 1 is nothing but pi by 4, that is 45 degree. This you learn already in 10th standard. Pi by 4 is nothing but 45 because pi stands for 180 degree. So, if you divide 180 by 4, you get 45 degree. But you do not write in numerical values in higher classes, you have to write that angle, represent angle in terms of only the pi. Clear? So, this is the answer for the question number 1. So, the angle between the straight lines when the slopes are given, then you have to follow these formulas. Then question number 2. Find the distance of the point 4, 1 from the line. So, what is the formula? Find the distance. So, yesterday itself I wrote formula, the find the distance, that is ax plus by plus c by square root of a square plus b square. So, based on that formula, you have to find out the distance. Sum number 2, ax plus by plus c by square root of a square plus b square. So, this is the formula to find the distance. Distance cannot be negative, therefore, you have to use modulus symbol. So, distance cannot be the negative sign, that is what they are using the modulus signs. Now, what is the equation is given? 3x minus 4y plus 12. So, just you have to replace this by the given straight line 3x minus 4y plus 12 by square root of, according to the formula, coefficient of x is called a. Therefore, what is the coefficient of x in this equation? 3. So, 3 square. Then what is the coefficient of y according to the formula? B. So, what is given here? Minus 4. So, minus 4 the whole square. Then this distance you are asked to find out from which point? 4, 1. So, you have to replace x, y by 4 and 1 in the general formula, that is 3 of 4 minus 4 of 1 plus 12 by 3 square is 9, 16 minus 4 square is plus 16. So 3/4 are 12 minus 4 minus 12 by square root of 25, which will give you 12 24, that is 20 by 5. Cancel, get 4 units. So that's all. Very simple to find the distance from the given point. This is the formula ax plus by plus c by square root of a square plus b square. So write down the given equation as it is. In the place of x and y, you have to replace what is given in the question. Then normal simplification. This is your answer for the question number 2. Then we will see that show that the lines are concurrent. So you know what is meant by concurrent. Before you started to go to the sum number 3, you must know the concept. What is meant by concurrent? Concurrent. If the two lines are passing through, a point, these two lines are called intersecting line. Clear? So L1, L2, L3. So all these three lines passing through this common point, let's say as O. So these three lines are called concurrent. Clear? This you studied already in 10th standard in coordinatal geometry or analytical geometry, or in 8th standard in geometry, theoretical geometry. You might studied about the concurrent lines, parallel line, perpendicular lines and intersecting lines. More than two lines passing through this same point, that is common point, those lines are called concurrent lines. So if there is a condition for concurrent line according to the mathematics, you can use two methods. Solve the first any two equation out of these three line, take any two, so line, but here we call a straight line. Clear? Take any two straight line equation, solve by using any one of the method that you studied in 10th standard. Substitution method, elimination method or cross multiplication method. Apply any one of those three methods and find out what is x and y. Then you have to replace, there are three, so more than two lines means called concurrent line, isn't it? So out of the three straight line, you take any two straight line equation and solve by using any one of those three methods and find out the value of x and y. Substitute those value of x and y in the remaining equation. When the equation is satisfied, then you can say directly the given straight lines are concurrent line. That's all. Clear? So just this is the diametrical representation. For example, you may have like this three straight line equations. So out of these three straight line, you can take any two, that is your wish. Take any two straight line equation and solve. Find out x and y. This is just for differentiating the straight line. I denote 1, 1, 2, 2. Clear? So don't take that is, this is separate equation. How do you get, sir? By solving these two, because here it is x1. So I just differentiate the straight line by calling this x1, y1, and that is better. You can take, instead of taking 1, 2 for the variable, a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. So now you can take any one of these two equation, apply any one of those three methods that you studied in 10th standard, find the value of x and y, substitute these two values in the remaining equation. Suppose if you take first two equation, you find value of x and y by using the first two equation, then you have to replace these two values in the third equation. If you take second and third equation to get the values of x and y, substitute these two values in the equation number 1. If the equations are satisfied, then you have to say these three lines are concurrent lines. Clear? This is one method. But we studied already in the first chapter that algebraic equation you can represent in terms of matrices. Are you clear? So you can replace that algebraic equations can also be written in the form of matrix. That we studied in the chapter number 1. So I am going to use that technology to find whether the given straight lines are concurrent lines or not a concurrent lines. Clear? So you have to apply, you can solve this problem either 10th standard method or chapter number 1 method. Clear? So you know how to convert the given straight line into matrix format. So how to convert? You have to write the first one A, B, C, A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, then X, Y, Z is equal to the constant, isn't it? Here will become minus C, minus C1, minus C2. So this way you are writing. You know how to convert the equation into the matrix format. I am going to apply this technique to solve this problem. No sir, I can use even 10th standard method also. So doesn't matter, that also allowed. But you know matrix very well. So prepare only the matrix method. That will be very easy for you to prove the given straight lines are concurrent lines. Clear? So what do you mean by concurrent lines? So concurrent lines passing through single point, that is common point. It will, all the 3 lines or more than 3 lines passing through the same point is called concurrent lines. So don't think that only 3 lines are called as concurrent lines. More than 2 lines are called concurrent lines. If it is only 2 lines, that is called intersecting lines. If it is more than 2 lines passing through this common point, those lines are called concurrent lines. To find whether, to check whether the given lines are concurrent or not, we have 2 methods. One is algebraic method, another one is matrix method. Now I am going to do with matrix method. So sum number 3, x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. And third line, 3x minus 3y plus 16. So now you have to show that these 3 lines are concurrent to each other. Boys, ensure that if there is any constant is given right side of the equation, you please bring it to the left side. No constants are allowed after equal to symbol. It should be always 0. That should be very careful of work out the problems. Clear? So you have to ensure no constant on the right hand side. It should be always 0. If it is given like this, 3x is equal to 2, then you have to bring it into minus, bring the constant to the left side, and you have to bring it into matrix format. Clear? So now I am writing this in matrix format. Take the coefficient of x, y and constant 1, 1, minus 4. 3, there is no y, that is 2. 3, minus 3, 16, that's all. If you prove the determinant of this matrix as 0, then the given lines are said to be concurrent lines. So you have to take coefficient and constant. No constant should be in the right side. If it's so, you can bring it to the left side and just write in matrix format, and you have to take determinant. Clear? So you know how to take determinant. You can apply that eliminatory method also to make number of zeros, you will get answer, or straight away you can apply the determinant method. What is symbol? Plus, minus, plus. So you take first element 1, remove the rows and columns, 0 into 16 is 0, formula minus 3 into 2 minus 6. Then when you take second element, see the sign minus into plus, minus 1 of. Again leave the corresponding columns and rows. 16 3s are 48, minus 3 2s are 6. Take the last one, minus 4, because minus into plus, minus 4. cover the rows and column, minus 9, 0. Formula minus. So 1, 0, minus into minus plus, minus 1, 48 minus 6, 42 minus 4 minus 9. So 1, 6 is 6, minus 42, 9 4s are 36. That is plus 36. Now you can add 42. When you add 6 plus 36, you will get 42. 42 minus 42, 0. So hence we proved, therefore, the given lines are said to be concurrent lines. You have tried conclusions. The given straight lines are represent concurrent lines are is said to be the concurrent lines. Because the procedure is determinant should be equal to 0. You have to prove this determinant of that matrices taken from the straight lines. If you prove that is equal to 0, then the given three lines are said to be concurrent lines. Clear? So this is matrix format. See, this is very simple. If you go to the 10th standard model, you take any one of these two equations, solve these two, you will get x and y, isn't it? Then you replace those values in the third equation. When the third equation is exactly is equal to 0 after replacing the value of x and y, then you have tried the given straight line are concurrent. So you choose yourself which method is easier one, whether the determinant method from the matrix model or the 10th standard method, substitution method or elimination method or cross multiplication. Your wish, you can follow any one method, but you have to show that by if you using the matrices method is equal to 0, if you use the 10th standard method, the third equation should be satisfied by the values which you are obtained from the first two equations. Clear? Now the same concept, question number 4. Question number 4. Find the values of A for which the straight lines are concurrent. Already it is given concurrent, therefore the determinant will be always 0. Just now see that. Now see the question number 4. 3x plus 4y is equal to, what is given? 13. Then 2x minus y, 7y is equal to minus 1. Minus 1. Then third equation given as ax minus y minus 14 is equal to 0. It is given. Three equations are given and they said these three lines are concurrent lines, which means your matrix is determinant of the matrix equal to 0. Clear? To prove the lines are concurrent, your determinant will be equal to 0. If you prove the determinant equal to 0, that you may say that, you can say that the given straight lines are concurrent lines. It is given already, it is concurrent, therefore your determinant is 0. So before I told you already, you have to ensure whether that equation has any constant on the right hand side. It is there. You see the first two equation, we have constant on the right hand side. That is not allowed. What you will have to do? You have to bring the right side term to the left side. You bring it in the generalized format of the equation, then you have to proceed. So I can rewrite the first equation and second equation. Here it is given already, ax minus y, it is given already in the standard form. First two is not in standard form, so you bring it in the standard form of the equation. I bring it into the standard form of the general algebraic equations. Now you have to write in determinant format coefficient of x, y constant, 2 minus 7 1, a minus 1 minus 14 is equal to 0. Clear? In the previous one, I wrote is equal to 0, but I did not write is equal to 0, is equal to 0. Finally I proved that is equal to 0. That's what I introduced before equal to 0. In the before sum, I write is equal to 0. Clear? So now it is, already it is given concurrent, therefore you have to write is equal to 0. In the previous problem I wrote is equal to 0 in the first step, but I did not write the remaining steps equal to 0 is equal to 0. Finally I proved is equal to 0. So you have to show that the determinant is equal to 0. That since you have to take in the question number 3. So don't take the question number 3 itself is equal to 0. You are not supposed to write is equal to 0 in question number 3. For your understanding purpose, I did determinant is equal to 0 in the question number 3. Clear? So now it is given already concurrent. Therefore, the determinant is equal to 0. So, as usual, plus, minus, plus 3. Leave the corresponding columns and rows. Minus into minus plus. 14 sevens are 7 fours are 28. Remainder 2, that is 98. Then minus into plus minus. Already formula minus, that will become 1. Take the second one, minus 4, leave the rows and columns, minus 28, a into 1, minus a, don't write 1. Some of the boys, they will write only 1 into a, that is 1. So don't do like that. When you multiply any variable with the number, you have to write the number with the variable, that is 1 into a. Minus 28, a into 1, 1a. Minus, plus into minus. When you started to go for the next term, you please multiply the formula sign with what is given already in that question. Plus into minus, minus 13 of, leave the rows and columns, minus 2. Minus into minus, that is plus 7a is equal to 0. So what we have to do it now? Just you have to simplify. 3 into 99 minus 4. Don't simply add these two because some of the boys they will write 29a. Some of the boys will have temptation of adding these two, they will write minus 29a or they will write only 28a. Both are wrong. So be careful, you can add or subtract only with like terms, not with other unlike terms. So you have to take minus 4 inside the bracket, minus into minus plus. 4 8s are 4 into 28, 8 4s are 32, remainder 3, 4 2s are 8, 8 plus 3 is 11. Minus into minus plus. Be careful of taking the minus sign inside the bracket. Again minus, again don't do the mistake like 9a. Minus 2 plus 7a, so don't write 9a. It is unlike terms, don't subtract. Just you have to multiply by taking minus 13 inside the bracket. Minus into minus plus 26, plus into minus, minus 13 sevens are 7 3s are 21, remainder 2, that is 91a is equal to 0. Now you have to group the a terms in the left side, take the remaining, the constant to the right hand side and simplify, you will get what is the value of a. Clear? So you have to do it at home. The remaining part, this is very simple algebraic simplifications. So keep 4a and minus 91a in the left side. Take the constant, that is 3 into 99, 112 and 26 to the right side. Normal simplifications and find the value of a. Now question number 5. So I told you already, yes, the previous class itself I said, you must remember that formula which you studied in the 10th standard, intercept form. That is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Then slope formula, that is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus 1. Then find the equation and 2 points are given, x, that is y minus y1 by y2 minus y1, then x minus x1 by x2 minus x1. So apart from these two, we have one concept, that is linear equation, y is equal to ax plus b. This is called a linear equation with the two variable y and x. Y is refers to cos and x is refers to number of units. Y is refers to cost, X is refers to number of units. So sum number 5, you can use either the 2-point formula or linear equations. Any one of these two formula you can use for sum number 5. So you will get answer. You have to take Y as cost and X is number of units. So question number 5 it is given, a manufacturer produces 80 TV sets. So TV, that is, I generally call it as units, and cost, units and cost. So how many units are produced? 80 units. To produce 80 units, what is the cost is given? 2,20,000. The next one, 125, number of units 125. The cost of producing that 125 TV sets are 2,87,500. You are asked to find out what is the cost of 95 television set. This is information is given. So to solve this one, just now I said, you take unit as X and the cost as Y. So when you apply X minus, that is 2-point formula, this is X1, this is X2, Y1, Y2. X1, X2, Y1, Y2. You take this is X1, X2, Y1, Y2, you can proceed, you will get answer. That you can apply the 2-point method. Clear? So, but here I am not going to take the 10th standard formula, but you try at home, because I gave already what is X1, what is X2, Y1, Y2. Just you find that equation, in that equation you have to replace X by 95, you will get what is Y. Clear? So you can use 10th standard formula and try at home, and finally you can replace X by 95, you will get what is the cost of producing 95 television cost. So don't apply that unitary method what we studied in lower classes. Inverse variation, direct variation. Don't apply those methods to find the value, the cost of the production of 95 TV sets. That is not allowed. Either you have to use the 2-point formula, that is Y minus Y1 by Y2 minus Y1 is equal to X minus X1 by X2 minus X1. Use this formula, keep Y and X as it is, just replace X1, X2, Y1, Y2, you will get finally one equation in terms of X and Y. In that final equation, you have to replace in the place of X by 95, find what is the value of Y, that is your answer. But another one method is there, just now I said linear equations. So I am taking the first informations. What is the cost when X is 80, 2,20,000. So just I am I don't know what is constant A and B. X is 80, this X1, X2, Y1, Y2 only for this formula, not for these conditions. So plus B is equal to what is our Y? 2,20,000. That is 80A plus B, 2,20,000. Equation number 1. Similarly, I can take the next informations. Same, 125 plus B is equal to 2,87,500. Equation number 2. 125A plus B is equal to 2,87,500. Equation number 2. Now you can solve these two equations, elimination method. Either you can follow this method or follow the linear equation model and solve. This is, if you feel this is very simple, you can follow this one. Or if you felt that this will be very simple than the previous, that formula method, you can follow this also. That is your wish. So now I am eliminating, I am applying the eliminating method for the question, that equation number 2,87,500. Change the sign. Straight away we can replace 125 minus 80, 45A minus 45A. Clear? Then minus, subtract 00576 minus 6750. Correct? This minus minus get cancel. Find what is A. 67500 by 45. Divide. What will be the answer? When you divide this one, you have to apply that calculator and find what is the value of A. After find out the values of A, substitute, take any one of these equations and substitute in the place of A and find what is B. Once you find out what is A and B, then you can easily find out the final cost. That is, you will get, it is given sum number 5, 15, 45 into 15, 5 5s are 25, remainder 2, 22, 5, 4, 5, 7, 6. So this will go how many times? 15 times. So A is equal to 1500. So I know what is the value for A. So take any one of these two equations. You can apply this, take this formula also, you will get same answer. So I am taking the first one, 80A plus B is equal to 2,20,000. So in the place of A, I suppose to replace 1,500. That is 80 into 1,500 plus B is equal to 2,20,000. Just you multiply 8 5s are 40, 4, 8 1, that is 12, 3 zeros plus B 8 5s are 40, remainder 4, 12. So I have to take one more 0. So B is equal to 2200 minus 1240. So subtract, you will get 4 zeros. 2 minus 2, 0. So 2 minus 1, 1. So what is the value of B? B is equal to 1 lakh. So what is the general formula? AX plus B. So here you have to replace A by 1500x plus B is 1 lakh. Now you have to find out what is the cost when X is 95. That is Y is equal to 1500 into 95 plus 1 lakh. You check whether it is my subtraction is correct or wrong. 1 lakh 20,000, here 2 lakhs 20,000. So you will get only 1 lakh. So check, don't simply copy. So somewhere I make mistakes deliberately. You have to check the calculations. Don't simply copy what is written on the blackboard. So just you have to multiply and simply, that is the required answers. So next class you will see that pair of straight lines, that very simple. Then we will go for the circles. So, we will see the next class about the pair of straight lines. Thank you, boys.